Let's see, line 6, talk to Danny out of Far Rockaway. Danny, you're on the Weekend Review. Hello.
Yes, good night. My name is Danny Bell from Far Rockaway, and I would like to know if I could have one question answered. I mean, since Kiss been at a radio station for 30 years, I don't see why it had to merge with WRKS. What's the reason for that, please? If maybe somebody could answer me that question. What's the reason for the merger?
Well, it's all about economics, my brother. That's basically what it is. You have, according to the rating systems and how audiences are measured, you knew this was going to come when they came up with these devices that measure the audience by the sounds, what they're listening. They could be in a mall, and if one broadcast radio station say it's playing in the mall, you'll pick up those sounds, and that radio station gets the credit. When people aren't really listening to it, it's just on, and they are ones that carry these meters. And this has been going. This is going to be the death of radio for a long time. A lot of people predicted that in 2007, 2008 when this process began. But it's about business, and they also predicted there could not be two black radio stations, adult black radio stations in this same market because of the changing demographics, the changing of black folks moving out of New York City, more immigrants moving in. Many of the natural-born African Americans are moving away, and who have moved away from the city, moved down south, and a lot of folks that are moving in now are Caribbean.
Let me, if I may, add
also of Hispanic origin.
Let me add something to that. Even with all those things that Bob just mentioned, there's a fundamental problem. There were low-rated white stations like WFAN that may have been rated 20, but ranked number 4 in terms of money, okay? The story here is that black radio has been sharecropping, and Massa decided that they didn't want to give us no more food to eat, but we had to still go out in the field. Economics is one thing, but redlining and restricting money from Madison Avenue advertising agencies to stations that have black and Latino consumers is a purposeful thing. And even though PPM is a methodological verification of that they use to do this, they have redlined us long before Arbitron changed its rating mechanism.
All right. Well, anyway, so that's the story. It's all about the economics and that sort of thing. But thank you very much for that call. We're going to come up on a break pretty soon. Let's take a few more. On the other side, we'll take more of your phone calls. Let's go to line 2, talk to Abraham out of Bayonne, New Jersey. Abraham, you're on the Weekend Review. Hi.
Yes, good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Fine, brother.
All I can say is, wow. I wish and pray to God that you guys have the money and resources that these donkey artists have, because I believe you guys would do a far more better job than what they're doing. It's amazing how some of these artists have started out on WLS, on 98.7 Kiss, as far as hip-hop artists, some comedians. Where are the Oprahs? Where are the Weezy, the Jay-Z's? Where's Reverend Run? All these people, how could they let this demise happen when some of their very careers started on this radio station? Instead of these donkeys rapping about things that these corporations that have money, far as rapping about Rolls Royces and women being naked, why can't they teach these young people that's going to be our future and our generation, why can't they teach them about Imus Corporation, Jeff Suleiman, Jeff Smonian? He's the guy in charge of selling 98.7 Kiss. Why can't they teach these young people about the rating system, how they changed it from it was the old diary system to the PPN system that brought down the rating of the black radio? And another thing, how about teach them that Imus owns 98.7 Kiss and also own 97.1? Why didn't they get rid of 97, Hot 97? Because Hot 97 is nothing but buffoonery and constantly bringing us down and don't talk about the issues that concerns our community and that empowers us. So they want after the radio station that empowers us and give us power. And now they talk about this is WBLS and 98.7 Kiss is coming together as a merger. That's a big lie, because WBLS is almost out the door, because, as I recall, They just got purchased by YMF, a company that we and them
thank
and
you for the
nobody
call,
else
man.
know nothing about.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
You said a lot there, my brother. Thank you very kindly for that. Let's go to line 3
he was very,
and talk to. He's very passionate.
Very
line
insightful
3,
too.
But he was informed.
Line 3 is Tom out of the Bronx. Tom, thanks for holding on.
Yes. Hi, gentlemen. How are you?
Fine, brother.
I'd like to say that your station independently, in my opinion, with your advertising department, should have gone around to the corporations, the advertisers, and independently say, look, we have close to 2 million or more people listening to our station per week. It still pays you to advertise on our station.
They did that. For
Well, in other words,
years, they've done it.
You should have talked about it, though.
It's not the format. It's not the place to talk about it.
But
they have been selling black radio for 30 years, and Madison Avenue has created a separate and unequal media paradigm in the city. They talk until they're blue in the face.
But what I'm saying is you should have talked about it on the air. That would have been a big topic for you.
You know, that's a management call.
And, that's a poor logic there.
Well, the radio station.
No, that's cutting off your nose to spoil your face, brother.
Anyway, it should be talked about, and maybe you should put it out.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway. There have been efforts in doing. There have been hearings at the city council that some of us have advocated for. There are things that the controllers have done to try to get transparency. There's all kinds of things that have been done. But thank you for your call.
All right, what we're going to do is take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to our man on sports, the one and only Mr. Bobby Childs, who is here. He was at that horrible Knick game. Oh, my goodness. They got killed.
What, 30 points?
33 points. By the Miami Heat. It was a massacre, as I say, massacre. It's 10:41. You're listening to the Weekend Review right here on Kiss FM. Back after these messages.
98.7 Kiss FM says farewell, New York. Over 30 years of great music and community service will live on starting Monday on 107.5 WBLS.
Very quickly, I'm losing the voice here. We got our man on sports, Bobby Childs.
Oh, Bobby Childs.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention something quickly about the Twitter account that Nida was supposed to set up and didn't set up, but we got Jay Blessed at jblessed.com tweeting.
The bus, man?
No, I'm throwing you under the bus yet. No, I'm throwing you under the bus. I just want to mention this quickly. Jay Blessed has been tweeting everything that we've been talking about. jblessed.com, guys. Follow her on Twitter. All right, because this one did not set up the account.
Yeah, but we're up and running on our Twitter account.
We are?
Yeah, we are.
And
the Twitter account is Weekend Review NYC. Now we go to Bobby.
All right, Bobby Childs has done sports for us for how many years, Bobby? It seems like forever.
Bob, we go back before I was on the air. I thank you for giving me that shot. We met doing some community service work with the Kiss cards. The Kiss softball
lovers,
team,
yeah.
Kiss Lovers. And I remember harassing you back then once I was playing to, brother, hook me up with a press pass. And you were like, nah. And then one day you said, okay, brother, I'm going to put you to work. I said, all right, what I got to do? He said, I need you to feed me tape for sports shorts in the morning.
Yes.
And I said, feed you tape? What does that mean? He said, I'll give you a recorder, I'll give you a mic, give you a mic head, and mic flag. And you go in the locker room. I said, whoa. You mean I don't just get to go to the games to cover? I get to actually go in the locker room?
Wow.
And you said, of course. What do you think this is? And been doing it since 94 with you when John Starks went crazy and kept missing all those shots against the Rockets.
Yeah, right.
And up until yesterday when I was in Miami covering the Knicks debacle against the Heat, and
it's over.
It does look that way. It doesn't look good for New York losing by 33 yesterday. Just a couple of things I just wanted to say. One is to modify a quote from JFK, and this is for all the brothers in here, which is the quote was, "I think that this is an extraordinary collection of talent, of human knowledge that has ever been gathered at the White House." I'll substitute White House for the Kiss Studios. With the possible exception of when Thomas Jefferson dined alone. And I substitute Thomas Jefferson for you, Bob Slade, because you have been in the studio for many nights, many mornings by yourself, pulling stuff together. So that's one of my homages there.
All right.
That is.
Yeah.
The other thing I just like to end with is, yes, the Knicks will lose this first round series, but we talk about greatness, right? And I always look to sports and look at some parallels to social life. So when I think of greatness is not defined by the location. When you look at Kareem, he's changed his name. He went from Milwaukee to L.A. You look at Wilt Chamberlain, he went from Philadelphia to L.A. You look at Michael Jordan, he went from Chicago to D.C., and we just have the recent one with Peyton Manning going from Indianapolis to Denver. So look, greatness is not your location. Greatness is when you can give and provide for others, sacrificing for yourself, and being able to sustain that over a period of time. And everything that Kiss has done, and Bob, you've been a big part of it all those years, have sustained and given back to a lot of other people.
Ladies and gentlemen, a graduate of the Bob Slade School of Broadcasting.
That's right. That's
along with your buddy and our buddy Wayne Sims,
Jamie Harris, Andrew Rosario.
Hondo.
We're all the sports crew. We're there with you. And,
That's
Bob,
right.
I've said this a lot of times. I hook my wagon to your cart, so wherever you go, brother, I got your back.
We got you, Bobby. No doubt about it.
Excellent job, Bobby.
Outstanding.
Thank you, Bobby.
Really, thank you very much. Once again, let me tell you that you're listening to 98.7 Kiss, WRKS FM New York. It's almost 11 o'clock. We have one more hour of our broadcast. We got a lot of phone calls lined up. We're going to talk to you folks as well. Memories of Kiss FM, memories of the Week in Review. See, who else is in this room? Mike Shannon.
Oh,
Brother Mike Shannon.
Mike, come here, brother. Come by me. Come by me, man.
Oh.
Come on, Mike.
Mike Shannon just walked in here.
Is this working? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is working. Yes, Bob.
Mike came and took his picture off the wall.
No, Robin took the picture off the wall telling me to sign it. I want it back on the wall.
You better put it back,
I want it back on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, it needs to stay on the wall.
That's right.
Okay? It needs to stay on the wall.
That's right.
Anyway, Brother Mike Shannon, go ahead, man, brother.
Bob, we talked about this day for years. We joked about this day for years. Remember we used to joke about
Oh, yeah.
I guess maybe we shouldn't have joked, but it's happening, and it's just been a pleasure. Bob, I had to come back just to see you because I was here earlier, and they said you weren't here yet, so I had to come back because I worked with this man many mornings for over a year.
Isaac Hayes and Friends.
Isaac Hayes and Friends, me, Bob, Isaac, God rest his soul, and Ann Tripp.
Yeah.
And we had a ball up in here. I didn't want to do the show at first because, I had my own show in the afternoon with my name on it. You know what I mean? I'm like, why do I have to go just to be a friend? I got my own show. But I'm so glad Toya Beasley was like, no, Mike, go do it, please, because I know you can. And, I'd be disappointed if you didn't. I did it, and I did it well, and we had a good time for a short time, and Bob, it was a pleasure. We laughed, we carried on, we had a ball. There's so many great memories in this place. I've been here for 18 years, and it's tough.
Yeah, well, you're a fine broadcast personality, man. I'm sure you'll probably end up on the other side as well.
I hope so. From your lips to there is. I hope so.
Bob, you remember when we used to talk about Mike, who he reminded us of in the NBA?
Yeah, go ahead, tell him.
Paul Pierce.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? And I used to get kind of PO'd about it, right? Because I don't look like him until my mother was like, well, you do kind of favor him.